Andrea, can I have a word with you? I need to tell you something important. Did Elijah mention anything to you the other day? He was supposed to inform you about something.
Mention anything to me? What are you talking about, Tessa? You didn't say anything to me.
I see. I thought I told him to let you know that I'm moving in with you. I'll have to give him a piece of my mind later for this.
What? What do you mean? You're moving in with us? You never told me anything like that at all.
Oh, really? Well, you know my husband passed away a long time ago. Don't you think it's lonely for me to live in that big house by myself? I decided to find a new place to live. A change of scenery would be good for me at this age.
Well, I guess if that's what you want.
So I thought it would be nice if we could live together. Don't you agree? I told Elijah that I hoped he would tell you as well.
Is that so? Well, he never told me anything of the sort, so I'm quite shocked by this news.
Oh, he didn't tell you either? I'm surprised he kept it a secret from you.
That's right.
I see. Are you sure you're not just trying to keep me away from your house? Well, I thought Elijah might have been a bit reluctant as well.
Well, you said you want to live with us, right? Are you talking about moving into our house?
Of course that's what I mean, silly. You wouldn't want to live in an old house like mine, would you? And you have a spare room in your house, right? That room will be perfect for me.
Well, it's not really spare at the moment, though. We're using it as a storage room for work, so there's a lot of stuff in there. And it's not just small stuff either. There are tables, computers, and all kinds of furniture piled up inside.
Is that so? Well, then you better get that room cleaned up as soon as possible. Because I'm moving in there. Elijah is there so he can help you move all that stuff out. I'm sure you can find some space around the house to put all that stuff.
But what about your house? Are you going to sell it? That's the house Elijah grew up in. You must have a lot of memories of that house. It seems like a shame to sell it.
Oh no, it's fine. The house is already pretty old. It's hard for me to maintain it by myself. Don't you think it would be better for someone else to use it? I'm sure the city can demolish it and build something new, like a restaurant or something.
Maybe so, but your husband left it to you in his will. Don't you want to stay there? Surely someone can help you take care of the house with you.
It's fine. In fact, it looks like it could fall apart any day now, so I shouldn't be living there anyway. I'm going to sell it as soon as possible, and with that money, I can start a new life from now on. Doesn't that sound good? Don't you think that's the best thing to do? Elijah would be happy to have me living with him. I hope you will be excited to have me as well. Or do you have a problem with me living with you?
No, it's not that I have a problem with you living with us. But it's just this is all very sudden for me, that's all. So I just need some time to process all of this. Our house is not really ready for any more people living in it.
There's no time for hesitation. Sometimes you have to make decisions on the spot. We won't be able to talk forever, so we need to make this decision as soon as possible. Living together is a big deal, don't you think?
Wait, please slow down a bit. Even if you want to move in right now, I still have to clear out the room. I have to sort out all the things I use for work and make sure it's tidy enough for someone else to live in.
All right, fine. If you can do it quickly, then I can move in later. I can't wait.
Can you please talk to Elijah again before we do anything?
You want to talk to him? About what? Talking to him won't change anything. I've made up my mind about this. And did you know that I'm also talking to a real estate agent right now? We already have some interested buyers for the old house.
Is that so? Well, we'll try to get things ready here soon, I guess, if we start right away. But it will still take some time.
It will be easier for you if we live together, since I'm a great cook. And I also love to do housework. So you can just leave all the hard stuff to me. I'll make sure every nook and cranny is as clean as a whistle. Honestly, if it's that much trouble to clean up that room, I'll gladly lend a hand.
Oh, well, anyway, I still want to talk to Elijah about it first before we do anything. I just don't know if you can really house another person in this household at the moment. I'm really sorry about all this, but I need to ask you to be patient with me.
Geez, do you really not want me around? Well, whatever. Just discuss whatever you need to as soon as possible. But do make sure that everything gets ready, since I'm going to get ready as well. I'll see you soon.
Okay, will do.
Hey, sorry, I missed your call earlier. I was swamped with work, and I just wrapped it up. Did you need something urgent? What's going on?
Oh, hey. Your mom just dropped a bombshell on me a few hours ago. She said she wants to come live with us, but I had no idea about this. Did you know anything about this?
What? Are you serious? I don't recall my mom saying anything like that, but I think she's just messing with you. She's probably bored and wants some attention.
How can you say that? Do you think she was kidding?
Yeah, that's what I think. Just use your common sense. Why would she tell you that she wants to move in without talking to me first? She didn't mention anything to me at all. So don't you think it was just a prank?
But your mom said that she already sold her house. She was very insistent on moving in with us as soon as possible. She told me to clear out my workspace so she could sleep there, and repeated that she wasn't going to change her mind. It sounded like she was dead serious about this.
So what? Is that all she said? What did you say back to her?
I told her that I wanted to talk to you first before we do anything. Honestly, why did she just decide to do this without asking me first? This house is only meant for 2 people, right? We don't have any extra rooms, so we can't even host any guests for a night. My workroom is barely big enough for myself.
Well, you know my dad passed away a long time ago, so my mom must be lonely living by herself. Besides, I'm a bit concerned about her too, so I think we should show her some support. Don't you think that would be good for her? What do you say?
I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't know if we can accommodate another person. There's just not enough space for that.
You know, we talked about something like this a long time ago. You were against it back then too.
Well, yeah, I'm not too keen on having her live with us. Apart from the house being too small for another resident, she also said some nasty things to me before we got married. Can you blame me for being a bit hesitant?
Are you still upset about what she said back then? My mom said that she was just teasing you back then. She didn't really mean any of it, so please don't take it personally. After all, didn't my mom say that she cared about us?
What? You call that caring? She said things like, I should divorce you if I can't have a baby in 3 years. And she also said things like, if I can't be a good wife to you, then we should just split up. She kept bringing up divorce over and over again. Do you really think that's caring? It sounded more like she hated our marriage. She never treated me well when she was around me.
But we haven't had a baby yet, even though we've been together for 3 years now. And yet she hasn't tried to pressure us to get a divorce, right? Besides, I think you've been an amazing wife to me.
That may be true, but...
See, my mom is not serious about that at all. You're just overthinking this. Besides, don't you think this is a great opportunity?
A great opportunity? For what?
Well, until now, you were the one doing all the housework, right? Now you can have someone to share some of the chores with. This way, you can relax a bit more.
But it's not like I can leave all the work to your mother, right? I wonder if there's anything I can do to help.
I told you already that it's fine. My mom is the type who likes to take care of others. She enjoys being needed by others. She was like that when I was growing up. I think it would be nice living with her. If my mom gets cranky or has any complaints, I'll be the one to deal with her. So you can trust me.
Are you sure about this? This is a lot of responsibility for you if this is going to work out.
I'm sure. What do you think? Do you still have any doubts? It's been a while since I've lived with my mom, so I want to take care of her. I'd also like you to help me along the way.
All right, fine. I'll help you take care of her. But if something major happens, can you please talk to your mother first for me?
I got it. Just leave it to me.
Okay, I believe you.
Andrea, can I have a word with you? I asked you to wash all the laundry this morning, but I can't find any of the clothes that need to be cleaned. Are you telling me you're still not done with them?
I'm sorry about that. The weather was bad today, so we had to use the dryer, and I thought I turned it on in the afternoon. They should be ready soon.
For goodness sake, you should have done the washing in the morning. Don't you think this is unacceptable to have all this dirty laundry lying around the house? It has to be all done by the time Elijah comes back home. I don't want him to see this mess of a house.
I'm sorry about that. I've been trying to do all the chores in a timely manner, but I also have my remote job that I have to work at.
I don't want to hear any excuses from you. There's nothing I hate more than excuses. I told you I was going out today, so it's absolutely inexcusable for you to neglect the housework.
It's not like I was neglecting it. I really didn't have any time to do some of the chores.
But isn't that exactly what neglecting means? Now the house will be a disaster by the time Elijah gets home. This is why I can't stand women like you who work jobs. I told you that your role is to be a full-time housewife. Elijah already has a job, and it makes enough money, so there's no need for you to work as well. Elijah needs you to keep the house spotless while he's out working. And it's a headache for me to hear you say that you won't quit your job to do that.
To be honest, it's hard for me to quit my job right now. We need to save money for the future.
You've said that before, but you still haven't been able to get pregnant after all this time, right? What exactly are you saving money for? Huh? Did you forget what I told you years ago? We had a conversation where I specifically told you to have a child within 3 years of getting married.
I remember you saying something like that, but I wasn't sure if you were serious back then.
Of course I was serious about that. And it's been exactly 3 years since then, right? So where is the child? You still don't have one, right?
No, I don't have one yet, but...
Oh, I knew it would end up like this. You do realize that my son is an only child, right? If you can't bear a child now, then I won't have any grandchildren. Do you think I would be happy with that?
I understand what you're saying, but it's just not possible right now. I'm so busy working right now, so I won't have time to take care of a child on top of that.
Elijah has been too lenient with you. You've been making me help around the house while all you do is that job of yours. These chores are your responsibility, not mine.
Huh? But he told me before that you would also help around the house. I thought he told me to leave everything to him.
Even if he said that, isn't it the duty of the wife to help around the house? Meanwhile, I'm the elder of the household. What a horrible wife you are for making me do all the housework. I'm too old for this. I wish he never married you.
Wait a minute.
Enough with your excuses. This place is disgusting. Get on with the laundry. And don't forget to vacuum the floor. Elijah will be home in a few hours, so I want everything to be done by then.
All right. I'll get on it right away.
Andrea, I have something to tell you. I'm going on a trip for New Year's Day.
Oh, okay. I see.
I texted Elijah too. I said we should go on a family trip somewhere. Do you know what he said? He said he'll leave you at home. He doesn't consider you as family at all. Oh, I feel so bad for you. You poor thing.
What did you just say?
Well, that's how it is. I told him to go with his family, and you weren't invited. And do you know why? It's because you're not part of our family.
Oh, is that so? I get it now.
Don't be so sad. He doesn't hate you. He just likes me a bit more than you. After all, I know him much better than you ever will. He always wanted his mom's attention.
Oh, I get it. I see. It all makes sense to me now.
What are you saying?
New Year's Day is when we spend time with our family. I get it. I hope you two have a great trip.
Wait, what are you talking about? You're acting weird.
Oh, nothing. Everything is great. You two are family after all. Please enjoy your time together. But don't forget to get me some souvenirs.
Okay, then I'll do that. If you're okay with it. I'll see you in a few weeks.
I'll plan something for myself too. I'll make sure the house is clean before I go. We don't want a messy house. I'll tidy up everything before New Year's.
Oh, wow. How nice of you. That's a good idea. You finally learned your place at home. You might fit in with our family after all.
That's right. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you both enjoy your trip. I'll make sure the house is nice and clean when you come back. So don't worry about anything.
That's right. We'll do that. Don't overwork yourself. Please do your best while we're gone. We'll be back in a few weeks.
Sure thing. Leave it to me.
Hey, what the hell? What's with this house? What's going on here? Where are you right now?
Where am I? I'm having a blast in Guam right now. It's so warm and beautiful here, and there's so much to do. I should travel more often.
Guam? What are you doing there?
It's awesome. To be on a solo trip on New Year's with no one to bother me. I never thought I'd go overseas for a vacation. It's so fun. It's the best. The sun is great and the ocean is amazing.
That's not what I'm asking. What's going on with this house?
Oh, did you see it? It's my masterpiece. I hope you appreciate it.
What do you mean, your masterpiece?
I kept my promise to your mother. I said I'd make the house squeaky clean while you two were gone. So what do you think? The house is very clean, right? I did my best.
What do you mean? You made the house clean? There's nothing here. Everything is gone.
That's right. I threw everything out. So now you have a lot of extra space.
Huh?
It's completely empty. Oh well, I left the electricity on for you, right? I'm so nice.
Don't mess with me. What have you done? Where's our stuff?
I told you I threw it all away. I gathered all the furniture and electronics. It was fine, right? Since I bought all of it.
Yeah, you bought all of that. But why did you throw it away? I still need that stuff to live.
Huh? Well, it's because I left, right? There was no reason to keep it all. I opened all the windows to let some fresh air in. I also soaked all the clothes in bleach. Aren't they nice and white?
Huh? You bleach all the clothes? Why did you do that? And why did you leave? And why are you in Guam?
I left you because of how you treated me. Did you think I'd put up with that?
What are you talking about? How did I treat you? What didn't you put up with?
Wasn't your mom supposed to do the housework? Didn't your mom say to divorce me if I didn't have a baby in 3 years? Your mom dumped all the chores on me. She told me to divorce you since I didn't have a baby. Was that a lie?
No, my mom wasn't serious about that stuff. She said she was joking.
You say she was joking, but she said that every day. It was so stressful for me. Didn't you talk to her about it? What did you say to her? You didn't talk to her, did you? You said she was joking, so I shouldn't worry.
Well,
And then, didn't you go on a family trip without me for weeks for the holidays? Didn't you make your wife stay home? Who do you think is your family? What do you think of me?
Andrea, you're my wife. And, well, my mom is my family.
Yeah, your mom is your family. So what am I? Am I your family too?
Well, yeah, you're part of my family.
But if you're only going to take your mother's side, then what does that make of our marriage?
Well, but I was just doing what I thought made sense.
You mean by only taking your mommy's side?
No, it's not just that.
Well, what have you ever done for me? You just decide for yourself to have her live with us, and then you destroy my office. You don't speak up for me at all, even though I'm getting burdened with all of the housework. How many times have I asked you to listen to me?
I don't know, a bunch of times.
That's right. I asked a bunch of times.
Right.
If you want to be with your mommy so much, then go ahead. Please stay with her forever. I'll leave you two in peace then.
Huh? Then what are you going to do?
Can't you tell by looking? There's not a single thing left in that house that belongs to me, right? I'm moving out, of course.
Where are you going to go when you leave? You don't have anywhere to go to.
How rude. It's not like I'm going to live on the streets. I still have a room in my parents' house to stay at. You're not saying they wouldn't let me back, right? It's quite nice, actually, since I haven't seen them in a while. It doesn't have any influence on my job either, since I work remotely after all. I can go back to work right away. So I'm never coming back to your house ever again.
Well, what's going to happen now?
Divorce is the only choice you have, obviously. Anyone with a brain can see that we'll be getting divorced. I mean, the whole reason I left you is you don't seem to really need me anymore after all.
Divorce? Do you think my mom will let you get away with that?
You're still talking about your mommy at a time like this? It's so gross. Isn't there anyone else that comes to your mind?
No, it's not like that. My mom also said that she pushed you too hard. Let's calm down and talk this over. You can come back over here when you come back to the States, and then you can make amends with my mom, right?
Yeah, it all comes back to being about your mommy again. Geez, don't you have any will of your own? You've been a yes man since the day she came to our house. Meanwhile, all you've done is throw your own wife under the bus.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You say that your mom will also reflect on what she's done, but what about you? What do you have to say for yourself?
Me?
Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. Don't you have a lot of things to also reflect on? You've done a lot of things that have burdened me as well.
Are you talking about me only taking my mom's side?
That's right. And what else do you have to say for yourself?
About how I don't listen to you?
Yes, good on you. Be sure to remember what you did so you can do your best to not do anything like that next time.
Huh? Next time? You mean you're coming back home?
Are you an idiot? I'm obviously talking about when you marry your next wife. Well, unless you can quit being a mama's boy, I don't think you'll be able to marry again anytime soon. If you can't, then I don't think you'll be able to marry again anytime soon. Although it's not like you give a damn as long as you've got your mommy with you.
Hey, wait a minute. I don't have any intention of divorcing you.
Well, even if you don't have any intention of doing so, that's what I plan to do anyway. I don't feel like being a puppet for you two any longer. And I don't want to have to live in the same space as you either, because it's impossible to deal with you two. It's an absolute nightmare having to put up with that household. With an overworking and demanding mother-in-law, and a weak-willed husband like you.
Hey, wait! I told you to settle down for a minute.
But haven't I been calm from the start of this, though? You're the one who hasn't calmed down. What are you so flustered about? You got to live together with your beloved mommy, and I won't be pressured to have a child, too. Don't you think that's the best for both of us?
Hey, if we get divorced or something, won't your parents be saddened by that? I'm sure they don't want you to get divorced.
Not really. In fact, they were the ones who told me to move back as soon as possible. So they'll be overjoyed to see me again. I can't wait to see them too. It'll be a nice change of pace for me to be able to relax for a little bit.
No way. This can't be happening to me.
Don't you know how much weight I lost during the time I was living with you guys? I haven't had much time to eat, and I've gotten so skinny as a result.
Huh? Weren't you on a diet though?
Don't you screw around with me. It was from all the stress that I was taking on from you two. I lost 15.5 pounds for God's sake. I've been losing weight for several months, ever since your mom started living with us.
Huh? I never knew about any of that.
You didn't notice anything at all? It's probably because the only person you think about is your mommy.
No, that's not how it was.
No matter how rough it got for me, you would just try to gaslight me by saying it's all in my head. And then you'd only listen to what your mommy had to say. Ugh, I just can't stand it. It makes me cringe so much.
I told you it's not like that. I was just,
Just what? You were just taking care of your mom. So did you have to get me involved as well? If you want to take care of your mom so bad, then do it yourself.
Well, I mean...
You can also tell this to your beloved mommy for me. I'm sorry for not being the perfect wife. And then you can tell her that you'll find someone that will put up with her next time.
Hey, wait a minute. You're the only woman for me. I can't be with anyone but you.
That's not true. As long as your mommy approves, then anyone will do right. Because you love your mommy so much, and she loves you so much as well.
That's not the case if you come back. I'll be fine with quitting this whole thing with my mom. I'll kick her out of the house. I'll even cut ties with my mom. I just can't stand the thought of losing you.
Don't you think you shouldn't say things that you can't do? You're so dependent on your mom that there's no way you would ever change your ways. What you need to do right now is to send in the divorce files right away. And never show your face in front of me ever again, because I don't want to see you ever again.
No way. Is this really the end?
Yes, this is the end for both of us. There is no way to mend our relationship at this point. You can enjoy your life making out with your beloved mommy. Although I think it would be impossible to do that in a room with no furniture. But now that it's empty, you can replace all the furniture to your mommy's liking.
Hey, wait a second here. Please, just come back to me.
Goodbye!
I'm begging you. I love you. Huh? Andrea? Are you serious? Please answer me.
After that, my mother-in-law and Elijah visited my parents' house a few times to see me. But I moved to my aunt's house after the travel to Guam, so I never met my husband. He gave up and sent me the divorce papers. Our divorce became the talk of the town. Elijah and his mother still live together. People said he divorced me because he was a mama's boy. They also said he had no chance of remarrying. As for me, I went back to work at my job after taking a little bit of vacation in Guam, and I was able to save enough money to rent an apartment for myself. I felt liberated and rejuvenated.